The Philadelphia Eagles are gearing up for the regular season, and with just one preseason game left and 5 open practices remaining, the race to secure spots on the 53-man roster is more intense than ever. The team is making final preparations, but as with any camp, injuries, standout performances, and strategic shifts are at the forefront of what's happening on the field. Injury updates. Several key players were sidelined during this session due to various injuries. Defensive tackle Gabe Hall is out with a hamstring issue, and offensive lineman Matt Hennessy is dealing with a back problem. The tight ends are also facing challenges, with E.J. Jenkins nursing a knee injury and Albert Okwuegbunam dealing with an abdominal strain. Wide receivers Joseph Ngata and John Ross are both out, with Ngata recovering from an ankle injury and Ross from a concussion sustained in the preseason game. Offensive lineman Tyler Steen aggravated an ankle injury during the same game, adding to the team's concerns. On the bright side, a few players were able to participate on a limited basis. Linebacker Oren Burks, who has been out since the first day of practice with a knee injury, returned, as did tight end Grant Calcaterra, who had been sidelined with a shoulder injury. Defensive back Cooper DeJean and safety C.J. Gardner Johnson also made their way back into the drills, showing signs of recovery. Offensive depth chart adjustments. Wide receiver rotation continues to be a point of focus. Paris Campbell and Britton Covey shared time at the WR3 position, though Covey started with the first team. Meanwhile, the second-team offensive line featured Fred Johnson at left tackle, Trevor Keegan at left guard, Brett Tuff at center, Nick Gates at right guard, and Darian Kinnard at right tackle. Interestingly, Tanner McKee saw some second-team reps at quarterback, but Kenny Pickett remains firmly in the QB2 spot. Defensive standouts. On the defensive side, cornerback Isaiah Rodgers and rookie Kelee Ringo are in a heated competition to secure the starting spot opposite Darius Slay. Rodgers seems to have the upper hand, starting most drills with the first team, while Ringo is also seeing significant reps. Slot corner Quinion Mitchell continues to impress, not only locking down the slot but also stepping outside when needed. Linebacker Nakobe Dean is making a strong case to reclaim his starting position. During 11-on-11 drills, Dean delivered a punishing hit to running back Will Shipley as soon as he caught a pass, showcasing his ability to read plays and react quickly. Dean's recent performances suggest he's regaining the form that made him a standout in college. Defensive lineman Jalex Hunt also had a day to remember, recording a sack on quarterback Jalen Hurts and breaking up a pass intended for tight end C.J. Uzomah. Hunt's relentless pressure is exactly what the Eagles hoped for when they drafted him, and he's steadily proving his worth in the lineup. Defensive strategy shifts. Defensive coordinator Vic Fangio made significant adjustments to his scheme in this practice, introducing more pressure and blitz packages. Linebackers Devin White and Nakobe Dean frequently attacked the A-gap, while edge rushers like Nolan Smith, Jalex Hunt, and Bryce Huff brought consistent pressure from the outside. The secondary got involved too, with Darius Slay and Reed Blankenship executing blitzes from their positions. This aggressive approach paid off, as the defense dominated much of the practice, disrupting the offense and keeping them off balance. Special teams observations. Special teams are also a work in progress, particularly in adjusting to the new kickoff rules. Braden Mann has taken over kickoff duties, a change that was also seen in the preseason game against the Patriots. The Eagles' special teams unit is still ironing out the kinks, with some indecisiveness and mishandled returns marring the practice. This is an area the coaching staff will undoubtedly focus on in the coming days. Final thoughts. As the Eagles push through the final phase of their training camp, the competition for roster spots is intensifying. Standout performances from players like Nakobe Dean and Jalex Hunt are making the coaching staff's decisions even more challenging. Meanwhile, Vic Fangio's strategic shifts on defense are beginning to show promise, hinting at a more aggressive and dynamic approach in the upcoming season. With only a few practices and one preseason game left, every snap counts for those looking to make their mark. The Eagles are refining their roster, and the battles being fought in these final days will shape the team's composition and strategy as they head into the regular season.